Alright, what the heck is going on, my dudes? So, we just very recently made our giant maximum showcase, ultimate showcase video for our boy Spidey 2099. And just mere moments before we took our Spidey to rank 4, well, we duped our Anti-Venom. So, I rank 4'd Spidey on stream, I turned the stream off. What did I do? I ranked up our buddy, Spidey's best buddy, Anti-Venom, from rank 1 all the way to rank 3. I pulled him from a featured crystal like a couple days prior, and I was like, man, I'd love to dupe this guy. That would be like an easy rank 3 for me just because of how much I use him alongside Spidey. Of course, we got this guy all the way up. We got a lot of content in this video. You don't have to watch me pour the wrong colored ISO into this guy for like 3 minutes. So, we got our man, Anti-Venom, up at 6-star, rank 3. Spin him around a little bit. Here he is, in all his glory. Very often, people are like, you talk about Anti-Venom a lot. When are you going to make like an is Anti-Venom underrated video? You're going to rank 3 him? When are you going to make your ultimate showcase video on Anti-Venom? What are you going to do with Anti-Venom? People say it all the time. Well, guess what? We're doing it right now, man. So, this guy is good. He's not the best science champ in the game, but he's good. He has so much utility, man. His name is Anti-Venom, right? Do you like Venom? Do you think Venom is good? If you think Venom is good, if you like the way he works, you're probably gonna like Anti-Venom because he kind of works like an anti-Venom, man. So Venom, okay, he puts buffs on himself. He starts with the Clintar buff. Anti-Venom starts by putting the Clintar debuff on the opponent and puts debuffs on the opponent. Venom uses his special 2, converts all of his buffs into an active buff, Furies, right? Anti-Venom uses his special 2, and then turns all the debuffs into a passive Fury. Everything he does is like the same, but different, you see? Now, of course, Anti-Venom has much more utility than Venom does, because he's a utility champion through and through. But when you don't need the utility, if you want to use this guy as a general quester, for general lanes, he's a freaking damage powerhouse, dude. Now, if you saw my Mr. Negative Ultimate Showcase video, it was like, Mr. Negative isn't really like the best boss killer. He can do them. Anti-Venom can do them. I could show you 20, 30 generic bosses just damaged down with Anti-Venom, but like, who cares, right? We're going to go over like everything this guy can do utility-wise in this video. I'm going to show you a bunch of endgame bosses. I'm going to show you some endgame lanes with this guy. We're going to go over all of his abilities, and I'm going to make sure you understand Anti-Venom in and out. So first things first, let's talk about some synergies real quick, all right? We don't really use any of these much in this video. With Punisher, gives him plus 30% Fury potency against villains. That's actually really good, but unfortunately, you know, Punisher's a very rare champion. I don't even have him as a 5 or a 6-star. With Goblin here, Clintar and genetic memory debuffs are not affected by ability accuracy reduction. That's actually really, really good for Anti-Venom. Maybe later. Inflicting a genetic memory debuff deals a burst of 40% of modified attack and physical damage. That sounds a lot better than it actually is. It's not that great. All right. This one is absolutely amazing, of course, for Spidey and also for Anti-Venom. For the first 10 seconds of the fight, the opponent cannot gain buffs. This is really great because Anti-Venom has a stagger on his heavy attack, so it allows you to control fights that are buff heavy, like right from the beginning. Boom. No buffs for 10 seconds on the opponent. That's really powerful. It's going to be really good in a bunch of niche scenarios, okay? And over here, symbiote opponents have the ability accuracy of their buffs reduced by 50%. That's for like, you know, for example, when Null goes into corruption, right? Like he has unstoppable, unblockable, 50% reduced ability accuracy, right? Plus, like, I guess when Venom would get like his Clintar buff or whatever, 50%, like this isn't like that crazy of a synergy, but it could be useful, right? So that being said, let's start jumping in to some stuff today, man. So first things first, right? Let's check out the damage on this guy. Let's check out how he works, okay, damage-wise. Let's say we're not going for any specific utility here, okay, right? So what I like to do, first and foremost, is I like to build up to a 9 combo. And then I like to go for a special 1, okay? And why is that? Because the special 1 is going to put on a passive here that's going to allow us to put 2 debuffs on instead of 1. There is a max stack of 4, not including the Petrify or the Clintar debuff here, okay? So now when I get to my 20 combo here, okay, we are going to put on 2 more debuffs. Ooh, look at that. He dexed me a little bit there. There we go. So now we have all of our debuffs, okay? We have 2 disorients and 2 slow debuffs, all right? We'll go over what all these do later on. Now, against Winter Soldier, there's no utility needed here. So what I want to do is just get to a special 3, about 550,000 health pool, right? I want like really big damage here. So what I'm doing is I like to go for a combo of 36, okay? I want the 6. And you'll see why. You'll see why. Because the special 3 here, really sick animation. Let's watch it. So cool. 39. Do you remember? Do you remember, right? When we place the debuff, every 10 hits, kind of like Void. Interesting, right? Science class. So now, we're going to do this. We're going to build up some more. Go for the special one again at 9 hits, 49 hits. Because now, with the special 3, we get another passive, okay? Now, this passive gets refreshed with our special 1, all right? And now we can place more debuffs. And now the special 2, remember what it does? Converts them into Furies. Watch this. It didn't crit, but it still did a decent amount of damage. Now we have 8 Furies. Our non-crits are hitting very hard. Wait till we crit. 14k light attack, 10k medium non-crit, right? It's like a 26k heavy attack non-crit, 22k medium. Watch this. 11 Furies. Watch this. 121k crit on the end of the special 2. We've been having some really bad crit RNG in this fight, dude. 28k medium to end. This guy has got damage, man. There's no doubt about it, right? Now, let's say we're not going up against a 550,000 health pool with class disadvantage, right? What would the rotation, what would the damage look like if we maybe skip the special 3? Can we just do like 4 debuffs, right? Well, yeah, of course you can. Now, against Deadpool, actually, here in 6.4.1, our debuffs are going to be really nice, actually, because we have a Spectre debuff, Disorient, and the Slow. Or it's not really slow, but we'll go over that later. Now, with Spectre, we're gonna start reversing his healing a little bit. Now, with Disorient, right, we're going to reduce defensive ability accuracy reduction. So that means when he falls below his threshold where he's going to get the regen buff, he might not get it, or we might reverse the healing. We'll see what happens. Only time will tell, okay? So keep in mind, the heavy attack has the stagger as well, right? So now what we're going to do here is we're going to go for our special 2 with our 4 debuffs. This is like 250,000 health, right? This is like a very nice generic fight here. 4 Furies, okay? Nothing crazy on the damage with just 4 Furies. When you're using a rank 3, as you can see, the special 2 unlocks some nice damage here. And now we're going to put on 2 Disorients on Deadpool. And I was like, oh, I'm going to reverse his healing. But I was like, oh, wait a minute. The Disorient just made it not happen. So yeah, his damage is like good. It's like good, right? For like general stuff. No doubt about it. So both big health pools or small health pools, you can go special 3, special 2 for larger health pools. You can just go for the special 2s with the regular health pools, right? Not too bad. So now we got to start talking about his genetic memory debuffs, okay? So when the fight starts, he puts on a Clintar debuff, okay? This is that buff like the same thing Venom has. If this debuff is removed by any means, it comes back after 15 seconds. Now, if the opponent is suffering from the Clintar debuff, for every 10 hits in the combo meter, Anti-Venom inflicts a selected debuff here. Now, you cycle through the debuffs with a medium ending combo, okay? Now, if you want Spectre, heal reversal, you don't do medium ending combos. If you want a Disorient, you do one of them. If you want the Decelerate or the Slow, right? You do 2 medium ending combos. Spectre reduces the opponent's regen rate by 16.6%. Disorient, 12.5% defensive ability accuracy reduction. And Decelerate lowers evade and unstoppable ability accuracy by 33%. Each of these can stack up to 4 times. Now with the Sig ability here, okay? Personal debuff potency is increased by 10% for every 10 hits in the combo meter from either champion, capped at 5, right? So that ability 5 times, caps at 50. So these debuffs can get pretty potent, and they can get pretty potent pretty fast, especially when you go for that special 1 and put 2 debuffs on at once. By the time you get to a 20 combo, you could shut down all evasion, all unstoppable for the rest of the fight. You can shut down pretty much all regeneration for the end of the fight, and you have some really, really nice defensive ability accuracy reduction for the rest of the fight. And you guys know I'm already ready I'm ready here to show you all of these things in action. So we're here against one of the biggest, baddest healers in the entire game. Realm of Legends Wolverine, right? Now, not only are we going to be showcasing the Spectre here, I'm also going to be showing you the Petrify, 40% Petrify on Special 1. I am running Despair here, it's going to help. He can reverse healing fine without Despair. I'm not even going to worry about putting both debuffs on here, because that's how potent his heal reversal becomes, okay? So what I want to do is get into a position where I'm under 2 bars of power, so I could stack up 2 Petrifies very quickly, all right? I'm trying to keep Wolverine's power high here, because that influences how strong his regeneration is. Now, watch this. We're going to stack on another one. We have 4 Spectres, 2 Petrifies, and check out Wolverine. He is just getting rinsed. Absolutely rinsed here. 3 Petrifies. Anti-Venom has some of the best heal reversal in the entire game. It's so good. It is so good. So let's check it out a little bit more. So we're here in 6.1.5. This is that Red Hulk, right? Regenerates 1% health permanently. By the way, Anti-Venom is immune to both Incinerate and Poison, and that's great here, because look at the note. Inflicts Poison. So, 1% regen, right, every second. It's like you don't do damage to this guy. You don't do it unless you're able to reverse his healing. Now, there's also power struggle here, right? So what we're going to do is use that to our advantage. We got 2 Spectres up and a Petrify. And now we're starting to do some stuff here, man. Starting to do some stuff. Here, he gets the special 1 off. Unfortunately, slowed us down just a little bit, but that's okay. We're not too concerned with it. We got 4 Spectres on now and 1 Petrify. Check this out. There's 2 for just a second, and that 1% regen per second is starting to tick pretty fast. We're going to push him up against another bar here, go for a special 1. Yeah, now we're starting to do some decent heal reversal, man. There's no doubt about it, right? So like I said, some of the strongest and easiest to access heal reversal in the entire game. Now, Karina's Challenge Volume 2 just came out, right? And one of them is Symbiotes, Spider-Verse, and Sinister 6 in Abyss. Anti-Venom is one of the best champions for this challenge. Darkhawk, Old Man Logan, Howard the Duck, Joe Fixit. These are 4 champions in Abyss that you can very easily cheese that heal reversal. And we're going to do it against Darkhawk right here. I'm not going to show you the whole fight. I'm going to show you maybe 60 seconds here. And it's just the same thing over and over. And you do ideally want to do this without suicides on. I just didn't feel like changing the mastery setup here. If I wanted to go for the solo, I would have had the suicide masteries off, right? But I'm not going for the solo here. I'm just showing you what to do. I'm showing you how effective he can be, okay? Once he gets started, once you get ramped up with your, 4 Spectre debuffs here, right? You're essentially doing this like you do with Human Torch or Void, right? Where you basically want to cycle between his stealth mode and his shield mode here, right? That's what we want to do. So here comes his regen, right? And now we have 4 Spectres. 4 Spectres and a Petrify. And as you can see, he's starting to take some pretty potent heal reversal, right? No doubt about it. No doubt about it at all. And now what you can do is wait out your shield mode here, go for the special 1, right? Push him up to the special 2, and let's watch the heal reversal right here from 91% health. Now that we're ramped up, 91%, all the way down to 85%. Now, unfortunately, the stagger on the heavy attack, that is going to remove his regen. But as you can see, we went from 91% to 82% health on Darkhawk in 10 seconds once you're all ramped up, right? So he's very, very effective for this. Now, another thing he does is he reduces the ability accuracy of unblockable against Mystic champions by 65%. Now, when you reach a combo meter of 30 hits, it is going to take that 65% and turn it into 100%. So look, unblockable failed. Pretty cool, right? Lots of Mystic Champions have unblockable. A lot of them. Tigra on specials, right? See, this time only 65% chance, but we got to make it up to 30 hits. And now from now on, done. No more unblockables. Unblockable failed. See that? And that's pretty much going to be consistent for the rest of the fight here. Now, like I said, lots of Mystic Champions have unblockable in their kit. And it doesn't have to just be in their kit, right? Let's say they're on a node that makes them unblockable. Not going to happen once you get to 30 hits. Pretty sweet. Now, let's start looking at this decelerate debuff, right? Like I said, 33% unstoppable reduction, right? Per. Now, I want to get to that third cycle here, and I want to get to it at 9, just like this, and that's how we're going to do it. That's the little rotation that you do. Now, right now, we have a 66% reduction, not including the SIG, right? Once we get to 20 here, watch, let's get to 20. And from here on out, we're not going to watch this whole fight. It's the Realm of Legends. It's easy and it's long. It's just the easy way to show you unstoppable. You are not going to see an unstoppable buff off of Juggernaut for the rest of the fight. Check it out. Nothing. Because now, 33 times 4 is well over 100% reduced ability accuracy on evasion and also unstoppable. Right here. None. Again, see that? So, it's not just unstoppable, it's also evasion. It's all evasion, right? Let's like mesmerize Wasp. Mesmerize Wasp. This Wasp evades everything, man. Evades everything. This is the test. This is the freaking test, dude. If we can get, through this fight without seeing an evasion from Wasp here, that's pretty sweet. So, even here, because of mesmerize, you have to be very, very careful. All right, we're going to go for the special one. We have 2 decelerates. We're at minus 66%, okay? Not including the SIG. There's more math to be done with the SIG ability. But let's just get to 3 of these things, or really 4. We're going to chance it. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Done. She will not be evading for the rest of the fight. Look at her. She doesn't have her little counter charge thing, right? Mesmerize, not happening. Look. This Wasp hitting her block, nothing. Nothing. It's not too rough, man, to get to, 20 hits in a fight. The Disorient, by the way, reducing defensive ability accuracy, that would also help counter evasion, by the way. Check it out. See, we didn't get evaded there from Mesmerize. I'm going from medium. I'm going to build up to this again. 1, 2, right? I'm going to go 1, 2, special 1. Or I can't. I'm going to go for special 2 with the decelerate there. Boom. There we go. No evasion, though. No evades, right? So, is there a node, an annoying node, that has both evasion and unstoppable in it? Oh my god, there is. It's footloose. It's footloose. After activating a special attack, the defender becomes unstoppable and has a 25% chance to evade incoming attacks for 7 seconds. But by the way, don't forget, Spider-Verse champions have a minus 100% chance to evade in the first place. So, really, we're just countering the unstoppable here, okay? You don't have to worry about Spidey evading us ever. Ever here. Don't gotta worry about it at all. And now, boom. Minus 66%, not including the SIG. No unstoppable. No unstoppable. Don't see it. And even if we didn't have that debuff up, we can get rid of it with the heavy attack, the stagger, right? Now we have 4 of them. Evade failed. Oh, look at that. Evade failed that quickly into the fight. Now, you get to make your choice here. Are you going to go for the special 2? Get rid of those debuffs? Get some massive damage? We're just going to have a nice, safe fight. Now, let's say you want to be a little fancy here. So you want to be a little fancy, right? You can kind of do something like this. Right? You got your damage. And you can build back up to it. I know he's not going to evade, right? How fancy was that? And we got the decelerate again. 2 of them. Dose decelerate, man. Pretty sweet, right? Pretty freaking sweet. Now, this is a boss in 7.3. This stealthy here, right? No hit mercy buff. Each time the defender is knocked down, they gain a cruelty buff. Now, nodes like this knock the defender down, they gain a buff. If you use a heavy attack, the stagger is going to get rid of that buff. Pretty cool, right? Also though, whenever the defender is knocked down, they gain an evade charge. Ha, okay, stealthy. Spider-Verse champion, right? Foresight, some more damage. Now, one thing about this node, there is tenacity here. Anti-Venom is a science champion. He relies on debuffs. Start the fight in a very fun, interesting way. You just want to get into courage range to increase that damage that much further. That was the strat, and it's going to be great. Now, against tenacity, we're going to be losing a lot of our debuffs, as you can see. Now, there is look at all the evade fails, by the way, because of that Clintar debuff. So any Spider-Verse boss in the future, Stealthy, Starkey, Spidey 2099, does Penny Parker count as Spider-Verse? Spider-Ham, Spider-Gwen, OG Spider, Sim Spidey. I'm sure there'll be more in the future, right? All of these spiders, any boss, just like you would like bring Venom in, you could bring Anti-Venom in, and he will have a similar effect, as you can see here, right? Now, hopefully, they don't have tenacity in the future. It's going to be better for him, right? We're going to go for the special 3 here. We're going to go for the special 3. We're going to build up some more debuffs. We're going to go for a nice big special 2, right? Because the special 2 does not remove the Clintar debuff. So that means we're safe to go for, even though we have like no debuffs on the defender right now, right? We have a disorient up, so that might help us stack some more debuffs as we go along. Let's see if it works. We got 2. No, we got 1. Now there is that Green Goblin synergy that's like you can't have your debuffs affected by like ability accuracy reduction or whatever. I'm not sure if that would get around tenacity. I have not tried it. You can give it a shot and let me know if you want to. But if it does, that'd be nice. That would have been a nice synergy to have here, if so. But we're going to be going for 2 Furies here on the special 2. And we keep our Clintar debuff. And as you can see, man, we started this fight at like 50% health. We're now up to 56% health, right? So as long as you don't like eat a combo to the face, this guy's pretty sustainable. He has that nice regen on block, by the way, too, that if you're at a really high sig, it can actually get into the net positive. It's really, really sweet. I don't know if I'd recommend like giving this guy sigs. Like, I feel like there are other champions that benefit more from it, right? But as you can see, he is pretty sustainable, even with that evade charge on stealthy right now. The Clintar debuff, nope, evade failed. Look at all of the evasion failing, right? So yeah, Anti-Venom Man kind of just destroyed the Stealth Suit Spidey. Not too bad at all. By the way, we do have another synergy here I forgot to mention, one that I like quite a bit. One with Mr. Negative. Every time we place one of our debuffs, we're going to regenerate 10% of our missing health. So that definitely helped in that fight too. We're going to go for another spider here, because a downfall of like Venom Pool and Red Goblin. Venom Pool might not have it, but I know Red Goblin has it. Very similar to Anti-Venom. They have the same text. Spider-Verse champions suffer minus 100% evade chance. Oh, look at this node. The defender gains plus 60% evade and auto block accuracy. So that means Sim Spidey is going to have like a 60% chance to evade. That kind of sucks. But wait a minute. Our decelerate debuffs. What do? That's right. They reduce evasion chance by 33% without the sig ability additional 10% per 10 hits. So how many would we need? Oh, that's right, 2. How do we get there? Oh, that's right. We just get to a 9 combo and use a special 1. Well, let's see it. Because he's evading right now, right? We're looking at the downside to that ability. But let's check it out. from here on out. From here on out in this fight. By the way, I think I fully dexed his special 1 like a few seconds ago. Just quick flex. You will not be seeing any more evasion from this guy. It's shut down. It's shut down. It's like, first of all, man, it's like a quick and easy fix to this. Put like the Clintar debuff buff that Venom has. I don't think it's super OP to just make it so spiders can't evade them, right? Like, just make it better, first and foremost. That's what I would do, right? That's what I would do. But he has a way to fix it. He has a way to fix the problem that, like, Red Goblin has, right? It's pretty sweet, man. Look at all the evade failed. He's a very solid evasion counter. And that's an interesting thing for a, you know, for a science champion to have. Because it's not just evasion, it's also, like, unstoppable. Well, I guess a lot of science champs have slow. Never mind. I guess it's right on cue. Look at that. It's not that interesting. Because lots of science champs have it. His is very good. Now, here's the thing about slow, right? Slow has, like, 100% ability accuracy. This one goes higher. That's nice. That's nice to have. Goes up to like 132%, I believe. So look, we're taking this fight nice and slow. We're building up to a special 2 like we have, right? This guy has a decent amount of health. He's a variant 5 boss, right? We're going to go ahead and refresh our special 3 debuff here. We have all of our debuffs pretty much now, right? We can put 2 more on. Or are we done? I think we're actually done here. And now, we're going to go for a nice big special 2. And he evaded it! But that's okay, because we have our 8 Furies. So now we're going to be doing a lot of damage. I gotta disorient up. Come on, close it out. Nice. So, big mistake. Should have parried before the special 2. Got a little too comfortable. Forgot about the, increased ability accuracy. That was my mistake. But Anti-Venom destroyed this, man. And this is a variant 5, where you can only have Mystic Champions, Spider-Verse Champions, or Symbiotes. He's a great option for it. Really, really great option for it. One more boss. Act 7.1.1, Black Widow Clairvoyant, with footloose. And unblockable special attacks from a Mystic Champion. It's like he was made for it, right? He's going to turn off that unblockable. He's going to ignore that freaking footloose. He doesn't care about it. He doesn't care at all. Now, I could have just chained, the special 1 from there. Now, look, how about that? That's stagger. Stagger on the heavy attack. Pretty sweet, right? While we're getting set up. It's nice. I feel like his kit works really nicely together, where, we don't have the 4 decelerates yet. We have to get to a 20 combo to get there. In the meantime, for stuff like footloose, we have the staggers, right? That's going to allow you to ramp up easily and safely, right? Now, we're going to do the same thing here against this fight. We're going to build up to a special 3. You've seen it so many times now, right? We're still at a nice solid 100% health, but basically, from here, what I want to do is get up to a special 2 and do some nice damage. I got the staggers on first, right? So I can go for it safely. Am I not going for it? Am I not going for the special 2? There we go. There we go. Now we have 4 Furies. Could have skipped the first special 3, right? We're going to have to deal with her footloose right here just a little bit, but that's okay. So what we're going to do now is this. Into special 1, we got 2 decelerates up, and we have at least a 50 combo. We're pretty much good to go, and she's just dead anyway, right? So that wasn't the cleanest fight. It wasn't the most efficient fight, but we finished at 95% health, and this was a 7.1.1 boss. Not too bad. So, always active, immune to incinerate and poison. In Alliance War on Path 9 and Node 49, there's Hazard Shift. Right? Hazard Shift. Incinerate and Poison. Completely immune. Completely immune. Right? Let's take a look at this a little deeper. This is Act 6.4 somewhere. Icarus and Energy Adoption Fire. The hardest part about this lane, it's different from most Icarus lanes because you can't like really cheese it with most of the normal cheesing champs for Icarus. A lot of them you can, but Hot and Bothered combined with Energy Adoption Fire kind of gets in the way a little bit, right? Anti-Venom just completely turns it off, turns it into like a normal Icarus lane. Plus, Sabretooth here, my guy Saberman, he's going to be healing a bunch. Guess freaking what we're going to do. We're going to say, yeah, no, nah, dude. We're going to just like reverse all of that if you don't mind. I think we're going to reverse it. I hope you don't mind, man. Look at the Spectres just putting in work, right? Got to go for heavy attacks because of Icarus. We don't want to take that nice, potent degen damage, right? Gonna go for a nice big special 2, though. Unfortunately, it didn't crit at the end. We have the special 1, counter with the heavy attack, right? We have 4 Furies now, plus the buffs, and now we're going to be reversing some of this healing. Not too bad. Very sweet, right? Now, there are other nodes in Act 6, for example, like Backblast, right? What does that do? It doubles our critical damage rating. But every time we would hit that threshold, right, we're going to get an Incinerate debuff on us. However, we're immune. We're immune to it, right? So when we crit big, right, doesn't really matter because we're immune. See it right there? Right over his back, immune. There's this node here in 7.2, I think. Let's check it out. This is meant for skill champions, really. Energy Adoption Fire again. Poison. Inflicts poison every 7 seconds. Now you have 2 options here. You can use somebody who's immune to Incinerate and Poison, which there aren't too many champs who are immune to both. There are a few. Or you can use a skill champion and shrug it off. Well, this is an Anti-Venom video. So who do you think we're going to use? We're going to use Anti-Venom, obviously, right? And he does this very, very well. Stacking up our debuffs. Doesn't really matter in this fight, you know, like where we put our debuffs. I'm just trying to put up like, you know, 4 of them really, right? Gonna go for the special 3. Because the health pool is like, you know, 450,000 or whatever. Now, one thing about the hood, by the way, the hood, his invisibility, what is it? It's a buff. Check it out. Bye. Staggered. Stagger on the heavy attack. Okay? We're going for the special 3. We've seen it enough times now, right? We've seen so many times the special 3. We're going to go ahead and gain some power while blocking the special attack. And now, let's go for a nice special 2. Didn't crit. We've had some bad crit RNG in this video. I wish his crit rate was a little bit higher. But you can see that his basic attacks with the Furies are very nice. That once you get that Fury up, right? And you can keep it paused with the special 1. Not too bad. Damage is pretty darn good. So now that we know about these immunities, this lane was in 7.4, released last week. Eat Crow. Science attackers gain immunity to Nullify. Cool. Whenever a Nullify or Poison fails to apply to the attacker due to immunity, they gain a Fury passive. Nice. Bait and Switch. When the defender is struck, they have a 20% chance to nullify a buff on the attacker. Hazard Shift. Incinerate Poison. Schadenfreude. Shatter. Wow. Seems like Anti-Venom was just made for this. Let's take a look. Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Now, there are a few lanes in Act 7 where Eat Crow, right? This node Eat Crow is found. It's definitely pretty good. It's definitely pretty good. Hazard shift, right? We're taking big advantage of that here. Claire's trying to nullify us every chance that she gets. She's not going to get to. He completely destroys this lane, dude. Look at it. Boom. He destroys it. Like it's freaking nothing, man. Like it's nothing. Overseer's good here. Red Hulk was good here. Anti-Venom is amazing here. So is Red Hulk and Overseer. But I love Anti-Venom. He just feels so, you know, it's like he was made for this, you know? Look at those crits, man. Oof. The regen, too. The regen on block just at sig 20 here. Plus from the suppressions, right? Not too bad at all. Nice 22k heavy attack. Gonna go for the special 2. Can we get a crit this time? Let's see. Of course not, but it was a nice 50k crit. Dead. Now, we did the whole lane. This video is already getting long. I'm not going to show you the whole lane, right? There's a Dr. Doom. Unblockable failed, right? Unblockables. One thing against Tiger as well. She has unblockables too. Oh, there was a crit. We almost missed it. Look at all those unblockable fails on Tiger. So this is another example of like a mystic champ that like he's so good against, because look at all the unblockables failing. Just fail, 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 fail. So this was a fight that I did with Anti-Venom at rank 2, by the way. So now you know he's immune to poison, right? You understand how that works now. You understand how his Spectre works now, his regeneration reversal, right? We have Heimdall and Angela here to give us a Fury. And we're up against the 6.2 Mr. Sinister boss. Caustic Temper. He's going to gain power every single time a buff expires or is nullified on us. We're going to get those Spectres up. Now, why do we want Spectres against Mr. Sinister? Because every time we crit him, he's going to regen. You see that? But what happened? It was actually, well, reversed. It was reversed because of the Spectres and Petrify. Now, we don't want to go for a special 2 against this guy. Or, you know, we don't want to have him use a special 2. Because that would be bad. Because then we get a concussion on us. And we don't want a concussion on us. Now, as you can see, he's gaining power every single time we dex. So we're trying to, like, block the special 2 as much as we can. Thankfully, apparently, our special 2 never crits in this video. So we don't have to worry about that. But we're going to cycle through back to our Spectre. This is a prime example here of how you can trade in your utility for your damage, and it's very easy to get back, right? Because look, we already have 2 Spectres up, and we have our damage as well. So there are some champions where it's like you really have to choose between utility and damage. Very often, Anti-Venom is that way, but in many, many fights, you can strategically have both, right? Because now, look at us. We got our Spectres going, right? We had our Furies for a bit. We're going to go for it again. No crit. We actually don't want to crit this time. Beautiful. We got our Spectres ready to go. We're on the proper one, right? We're going to go for our special 1 here. Nice 14k crit, right? We're trying to bait out a special 1. He's not going for it. I said, screw it. Let's just finish off the fight. Right? He's at a special 2. I said, screw it. You're done. You're done. One of the hardest bosses in all of Act 6. Anti-Venom completely crushed it. At rank 2, by the way. Right? So, he's immune to poison, right? We talked about Variant 5. One of the tougher bosses, because there just aren't many champions who can do her. Vivified, special 1, special 2, unblockable, mystic champion, Scarlet Witch, that when you hit her and crit, you're going to get a poison on you. There just aren't many symbiotes, Spider-Verse, or mystic champions who are immune to poison. Of course, Clairvoyance, Mephisto, Dragon Man, Sure, there's one or two I'm missing, but Anti-Venom does this really well. Not even to mention he has class advantage, and once we get 8 more hits, her unblockable special attacks aren't actually going to be unblockable anymore, which is very nice. Boom, there we go, we're done. It says unblockable. I'm not going to chance it, right? But this is another very specific boss that he's very, very good for. So I said in the beginning of the video, he's good for very niche scenarios. This is one of them. This is one of them, man. There are only so many champions you can use in Variant 5, and this is so far the second boss that we're just destroying with him. We're still at 100% health, and this is the fight that many people think is the hardest fight in the, Variant 5 just because of how restrictive it is. In fact, on my my Spidey video yesterday, I did a Variant 1 Ultron boss. I was like, this is the hardest Variant boss. And somebody commented, was like, nah, dude, it's Scarlet Witches because it's just so restrictive. And I was like, that's a pretty good point. I still think that, the Ultron is more restrictive and harder, but it's just the fact that if you don't have a ranked up poison immune champion, you're just not going to have a good time here. It's kind of the way it is, right? So now at this point, we're trying our best to build up to a special 2 here. And we're just going to go for it. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, man. So we've looked at 2 debuffs now. We've looked at immunities. We've looked at everything this guy's got. Now let's check out this Disorient. Reduces defensive ability accuracy and block efficiency by 12.5%. Max stack of 4. Max stack of minus 50% at 20 hits, basically. Which is not bad. Then you account for the SIG ability. Potency increased by 10% every 10 hits, cap at 5. Where can we test this? This thing. Now, let's just make it very clear. I'm not saying that Anti-Venom is a good thing counter. I'm not saying it at all. He's not. But this is a good test. Because if we can stop rock stacks from happening with the Disorient, we know we can rely on that defensive ability accuracy reduction for some things. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna build up to it, man. Right now, 8 hits in, 8 rock stacks. Now we got 2 Disorients. Ooh, 0 rock stacks happened on that special one. Look at this. All right, 2 of them there. Okay, he's at 14 rock stacks, 15. Time to hit his block a little bit, right? Now we have the 4. Now, we should be at least 50% reduced defensive ability accuracy. Increased by 10% from 10 hits, 20%, 20, 30%. 30 hits. We got to build up to 50 hits. Oh, no rock stacks really in that combo. We're at the weird part right now where we're at like just enough defensive ability accuracy. We're like fighting Thing with that is going to screw us, right? But now we're 4 hits away. Let's see. Boom. Now I believe this is like multiplicative, the way it works. It's not like additional. So it's not like 50% plus 50%. I believe like it gets multiplied each time. So it's reliable, but it doesn't reach a full 100% reduction, which is fair because science champions aren't really defensive ability accuracy reduction champs. Those are skill champions. And the skill champ is supposed to have the class advantage over Anti-Venom, right? But as you can see, that Disorient is pretty strong here, right? Now keep in mind, I said Anti-Venom's not the best thing counter. We can go for our Decelerates without the defensive ability accuracy reduction, right? And we can reduce his unstoppable ability accuracy, so maybe he could be good. But let's like see that Disorient in action, man. So this is a path from 7.4. Okay. Versus an Immortal Hulk. When the defender is struck by a basic attack, they gain a tantrum charge, and the defender is knocked down, all of them, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't happen, there's a concussion, Disorient, Enervate, or Taunt debuff. Combo party, make a stand. He has very, very, very easy access to disorient, possibly the easiest in the game. All you have to do is medium, medium, and then get up to 10 hits. That's it. Now we have a disorient. Now we can knock him down as much as we want. What's so great about hit disorient? It's permanent unless we use the special 2. Right? Now, even more so on this node, we don't need multiple disorients. 1 is fine. So, Venom the Duck, for example, he is like a symbiote champion that, you know, you kind of make recipes with, right? You make recipes with Venom the Duck. You can make recipes with Anti-Venom here, with your debuffs, and use them to your advantage. And that's what we're going to do. So, what I want to do here, of course, is build up with our special 3. All right, we've seen this movie before. What are we going to do? We're going to use our special 3. We're going to build up a little bit. We're going to get to our special 2. Right? We're going to take this one a little bit slow, a little bit steady. Keep in mind we only have 1 disorient here. So, when you fight Immortal Hulk, getting a little blurry here, you can kind of get rid of his immortality with defensive ability accuracy reduction. But with just the 1 disorient, we're not going to count on that too much. What we're going to count on is hopefully critting for the first time in this video on the special 2. Watch this. We have the special 2. And okay, that was juicy. Here comes immortality. I got no debuffs on. That's okay, right? I removed my disorient right before it happened, unfortunately. But it's fine. We have 8 Furies. 8 Furies there. We did some good damage, right? Let's check it out. Combo party as well, increasing our crit damage a little bit. Woo! And unfortunately, we had 0 disorients. 0 of them. One of the most fun ways to kill Immortal Hulk is to kill him when his defensive ability accuracy is low. So that you just skip the immortality phase, but it's fine, man. Just wait it out. And you're good to go. So yeah. We'll do one more boss fight here. This is a 6.2.5 Mordo. You guys know I love this fight, right? Anti-Venom is definitely not the best option here. Just because he does, like, he's like, you know, that slow and steady, consistent champ. You know? And with Mordo, I find you really want to blitz this guy down because he's very punishing. He's got the power gain. But there's a few things here that we can counter very well with Anti-Venom. That decelerate. Once we're all the way ramped up. No more astral evade. Check it out. Doesn't even matter. Also stagger, get rid of the power gain. Not too bad, right? So yeah, in theory, we're gonna have a good time here, right? But keep in mind, if we go for our special 2, what's gonna happen is we're gonna lose our debuffs, right? So we get rid of our astral evade counter. Also, he just has the power gain and spite, so we're gonna have to eat a couple special 3s. That's just the way it goes. But Anti-Venom's pretty tanky, so we should be okay. 47% health, oh baby. Well, I guess now we gotta go for a special 3 of our own. We've watched it more than enough times. Let's skip forward a little bit, right? Down to 71% health. He also has unblockable specials here, by the way, but that should be not unblockable special. It should say unblockable failed. So I'm going to go ahead and report that as, I think, a bug. That I'm thinking that if the node gives unblockable, it's not interacting, but it should. Ooh, that spacing right there. Beautiful. All right. Going to go for the special 1, refresh our special 3 passive. And we're going to try and build up to a nice and big special 2. A really big special 2 is what we're going to try to build up to. Stagger for the power gain. You'll love to see it. Here, I said, you know what, man? Screw it. Special 2. Screw it. No crit, but that's okay. We got the combo. We got the big crits. We're going to eat a special attack. It's okay. All we have to do is get him down to 1% health. That's the game here, right? Because of Do Not Go Gentle. We're going to die from it. We have to get him to 1% health, and we'll be good to go. Another special 2. Down to 1%. And that's Anti-Venom, guys. I feel like we went over like literally everything he can do here. He can do a lot. We had like maybe 8 endgame bosses here. We had like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 endgame node fights, right? He can do a lot. He can do a lot. Like I said in the beginning, he's not the best science champ in the game, but he's very good. He has a lot of utility, and if you don't need the utility, he has a massive amount of damage that can be used for just general questing as well, you know, especially for like, you know, cav event quests or other stuff like that. We need to put debuffs on the opponent, right? Like for like what was it, like the science cav quest has like diss track or whatever. He'd be great for diss track. Fine for diss track in AQ and stuff like that. There's footloose and AQ. Lots of stuff he's going to be good for, man. So yeah, this guy isn't just a Spidey 2099 synergy for me. I mean, it's one of the most overpowered synergies in the entire game, and the two of them work very well together in my opinion. He has a lot of immunities that cover a lot of ground. So if you have an Anti-Venom, you think he's cool, maybe this video encouraged you to rank him up or give him a second look. That would be pretty cool. But anyway, my dudes, that is it for this Ultimate Showcase utility deep dive breakdown video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, this was a long one, so drop your boy a big old like. Comment what you think about Anti-Venom in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future Ultimate Showcase videos coming to you in the future. I'll be seeing you around.